Very pleasant good morning, dear students. This is me, Shinde Vedi. Once again, I welcome all of you in my video lecture. We have been dealing with a wonderful and electrifying story, The Cop and the Anthem. You know that the protagonist of the story is Soapy. Soapy is the main character in the story. And what is the story about? The story is about the Soapy's attempts to get arrested. Why? Because he wanted to escape or wanted to survive in the severe winter of the western world. Okay, and so we have seen that uh, about his four attempts failed. Okay, actually, I know that there is a question in your mind, why did Soapy want to get arrested? Okay, you know that the Soapy was very poor on one hand. On the other hand, he had some criminal background. Okay, and here actually it is a irony in life that some people are there in the society, they have become criminals because of the circumstances. Okay, and so many criminals are there, they want to become a good human being, but society doesn't let them. Or in our life, what we want we don't get on time, and we get those things actually when we don't want it. Life is ironical, dear students. Okay, and that irony is depicted in this poem. Okay, after that, after the end of the story, we will again deal with the themes and the sub themes of the story. So we were on page number 30, dear students. Okay, so his four attempts. First attempt was there in the luxurious cafe. Second attempt was on road, uh, that is uh, throwing some throwing stone towards or at that shop. After that, third attempt in that restaurant. Okay, fourth attempt drunken and yelled and tried to disturb the society and the law and order. Now we were on page number 30. Now, disconsolate. Disconsolate means very unhappy. Why Soapy was very unhappy? Because his four attempts failed. Soapy stopped his unveiling racket. Unveiling, that is unsuccessful, fruitless, or futile racket. Okay, unveiling racket. Would never a policeman lay hands on him? Okay, in his fancy, the island seemed an unattainable Arcadia. Arcadia, unattainable, actually cannot be achieved, cannot be unattainable. Arcadia, a mountainous district in the Peloponnese of southern Greece. In a poetic fantasy, it represents a pastoral paradise. So now we are on page number 30, and you know that he was totally unhappy. He was too much in pain. He was pessimistic. He was negative. According to him, or would never a policeman lay hands on him. In his fancy or in his imagination, was that unattainable Arcadia. Unattainable Arcadia, that is Winter's Island, or that is Shell. He buttoned his thin coat against the chilling wind. How was the wind? It was chilling. In a cigar store, now we are talking about his fifth attempt. In a cigar store, he saw a well dressed man lighting a cigar at the swinging light. Okay, so it was a cigar store. There was a well dressed man lighting a cigar. He had set his silk umbrella by the door on the entering. The man uh, kept his silk umbrella by the side of the door on the entrance. Soapy stepped inside, grabbed the umbrella, and sauntered off with slowly. Sauntered, that is, walk slowly. He took the umbrella and he was walking slowly away. The man at the cigar light followed hastily. The man who was there in a cigar store hastily followed our Soapy. My umbrella, he said sternly. Sternly, that is very strictly and sincerely. The man said that it was his umbrella. Oh, is it? Sneered Snoopy. Sneered. Its meaning is given. Gave a contemptuous or mocking smile or remark or tone. Actually, Soapy grabbed it in order to get arrested, and that is why he sneered. Oh, is it? Adding insult to petty larceny. Larceny, that is theft of personal property. Well, why don't you call a policeman? I took it. Your umbrella? Why don't you call a cop? There stands one on the corner. So, with a ridiculous or mocking tone, he was speaking with the with the umbrella owner. According to him, if it was his umbrella, he should call a cop. Okay, and he pointed his finger towards the cop who was standing near the corner. The umbrella owner slowed his steps. Now, actually, Soapy was very happy. He was thinking that umbrella owner might call the cop and the cop will arrest, but the umbrella owner slowed his steps. Soapy did likewise with a premonition that luck would again run against him. The policeman eyed at two curiously. Premonition is a strong feeling that something is about to happen, especially something unpleasant. Actually, each and everyone has sixth sense, and we actually feel what will happen, and actually what will happen or what will not. And that was the premonition, and Soapy had that. And actually both of them were speaking, and the policeman was walking at them curiously. Of course, said the umbrella man. Of course. And, well, you know how these mistakes occur. If it is your umbrella, I hope you will excuse me. I picked it up this morning in a restaurant. If you recognize it as yours, why, I hope you will. Look at that, the fate of Soapy. The umbrella man said that he got that umbrella the same morning in the same morning in a restaurant. Actually, the man was not the actual or real owner of that umbrella, and he thought that Soapy is the real owner of that umbrella, and he said that if it is Soapy, Soapy can take it. Look at that, the destiny of Soapy. Now we are on page number 31. Now Soapy was so sad and said, "Of course it's mine," said Soapy savagely, forcefully, furiously. Now, why he was furious? Because he was too much angry that destiny was running against him. The ex-umbrella man retreated, draw back. The policeman hurried to assist a tall blonde in an opera cloak across the street in front of a streetcar that was approaching 2 blocks away. Actually, blonde is there, and the meaning of blonde is given here. Blonde means a person with a pale yellow hair, and cloak, that is overcoat, robe or long gown. Policeman went to attend the man who was approaching 2 blocks away. Soapy walked eastward through a street damaged by improvements, eastward towards the east, and he walked towards the east. He hurled the umbrella angrily into an excavation. Hurled, actually, he threw with a great force angrily into the excavation. What do you mean by excavation? Actually, excavation is a cavity formed by cutting or digging or scooping. He threw it in that pit. He muttered against the men who wear helmets and carry clubs. Actually, he muttered against the policeman or the cop, actually, who wear the helmets and carry clubs. Because he wanted to fall into their clutches, they seemed to regard him as a king who could do nothing wrong. Actually, Soapy wanted that the people who wear helmet and carry clubs would catch him or should catch him, but they were feeling or they were treating him as a king who could do nothing wrong. At the length, Soapy reached one of the avenues to the east where the glitter and turmoil was but faint. Avenue, actually, the name of the street or place or location. And where there was glitter, shine was there, glimmer was there, turmoil, a state of great disturbance. Okay, confusion, noise, feeling was there. He dragged himself towards Madison Square. Again, he was turning back, going back to pavilion. For the homing instinct survives even when the home is a park bench. Look at that. That is attachment of human being towards the home. We are too much attached with our home. Actually, Soapy did not have home, but the homing instinct was there. His home was a park bench. But it is said, मराठीमध्ये तुम्ही म्हणला तर राजाचा राजवाडा काही कामाचा नाही, आपली झोपडीच बरी. म्हणजे कुणी कितीही श्रीमंत असलं, काही असलं, त्याचा राजवाडा असला, 5 स्टार हॉटेल असेल, काही असेल, पण आपल्या घरामध्ये जे समाधान मिळतं ते मिळत नाही. अँड फॉर दॅट होमिंग इन्स्टिंक्ट सोपी वॉज गोईंग बॅक टू द पार्क बेंच. But on an unusually quiet corner, Soapy came to a standstill. There was an old church, quaint and rambling and gabled. Though one violet-stained window a soft light glowed, where no doubt the organist loitered over the keys, making sure of his mastery of the coming Sabbath anthem. For there drifted out to Soapy's ears sweet music that caught and held him transfixed against the convolutions of the iron fence. Let me tell you the vocabulary or difficult meaning of the difficult words from that paragraph. Stand still. Stand still is a situation where there is no movement, no progress, no activity. Quaint, attractively unusual or old fashioned, fantastic, extraordinary, or miraculous. Rambling. Rambling meaning is given, spreading or winding irregularly in various directions, spreading in many directions. Gabbled. uh, it is a corner of the house constructed with a gables triangular upper part of a wall at the end of the ridged roof. Sabbath, day of religious observance and abstinence from work kept by Jews and Christians. Convolutions, coils or twists. Okay, so but an unusually quiet corner, extremely quiet corner was there. Soapy came to stand still. Situation, no movement was there, no activity, no progress. And there was an old church. How was that old church? It was quaint and rambling and gabbled. Through one violet stained window, a soft light glowed. Look at that atmosphere, pious, religious, where no doubt the organist loitered, lingered. Music was there over the keys, making sure of his mastery of coming Sabbath anthem. So it was the music of Sabbath anthem. Anthem, that is prayer. For there drifted out Soapy's ear. Okay, Soapy's ear, sweet music that caught and held him transfixed. Now this is the turning point. We are going towards the climax of the story, transformation of the story against the convolutions of iron fence. Okay, the moon was above, full and radiant. Look at that. Actually, the atmosphere and the transformation we can feel from the words. The moon was above, full and radiant. Vehicles and pedestrians were few. Sparrows twittered sleepily in the eaves, or a little while the scene might have been a country churchyard. And the anthem that the organist played cemented Soapy to the iron fence, for he had known it well in the days when his life contained such a things as mothers and roses and ambitions and friends and immaculate thousands and colors. So we will see the meaning of the difficult word now. We are on page number 31. Moon was above all, full and radiant. How was the moon? Moon was full and radiant, shining bright, illuminated, lighted. Vehicles and pedestrians were few. Pedestrians, walker or hiker or stroller. There were few. Vehicles also were few, and pedestrians were also few. Sparrows twitter sleepily in the eaves, roof space. Okay, sparrows twittered sleepily in the eaves, or a little while the scene might have been a country churchyard. It was since seen in country churchyard. Okay, and the anthem that organist played cemented make a relationship or attachment, cemented Soapy to the iron fence, for he had known it well in the days when his life contained such things as mothers and roses. Roses symbolize happiness, ambitions, and friends, and immaculate thoughts and colors. Immaculate, perfectly clean and tidy. Now the notes of anthem, actually remember the notes of anthem, and because of the notes of anthem, Soapy remembered his previous life. when he was contained, when he had mother, when he had ambitions, when he had happiness, friends, and all pure things, perfectly clean and tidy. So that is the turning point of the story. That is that actually the transformation of the Soapy had started because of the notes of Anthem. Music, as you know, helps back the unwanted. Music helps us to block the unwanted noise in our mind. Music is music has a power to transform your personality. We can call music is a moonlight in the gloomy night of the life. It has a healing power. It is the medicine of mind. Actually, it has the ability to feed very deeply. So let us read the next paragraph to feel the transformation uh, of the Soapy, the conjunction of Soapy's receptive state of mind and the influences about the old church brought a sudden and wonderful change in his soul. He viewed with rising horror the pit into which he had tumbled. The degraded days, unworthy desire, dead hopes, wrecked faculties, and best motives that made up his existence. So, in that way, now actually he was getting a flashback of his life. Okay, now the story is on the turning point. Okay, we'll see the turning point in detail in the next video. Up to that, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.